Minority Caucus position on the current strike action ongoing from the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association. It is the belief of the minority in this House that government has and is acting in bad faith as far as this standoff is concerned. Again, it's our belief that governance is a continuous process, regardless of which parties in government. Public servants are paid, they remain public servants. Collective bargaining rights, which are agreed on, remain their right, regardless of which government takes over after elections. The Registered Nurses and Midwives Association of Ghana, in May 2024, had an agreement with government on their rights. Rightfully so. In a document, it was signed by the representations of GRNMA by Perpetua Oforiampofo, the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission by Benjamin Atta, the Chief Executive Officer, the Ministry of Health by the Chief Director Hafiz Adam, and also the General Secretary of the GRNMA. They signed this document, and as on the document, the effective date of implementation shall be 1st July 2024. This was signed in May by state representatives, legally mandated to do so, and that is government. Unfortunately for the nurses, their fronts got divided, and the Professional Psychiatric Nurses Association of Ghana took the GRNMA to court. So what was supposed to have been implemented in July was not until the issue in court was settled on the 25th of January 2025. In the spectacle of nurses, they don't care whether it's a new government or not. As far as it is governance which is continuum. And for that matter, they seek their rights. So they saw their rights starting from January. The government, we've tidied ourselves, and you must go ahead and sort us out. February, March, April, May, June. And then they have to call for resort to strike. Why would we have to wait for them to resort to strike? Knowing the culture of practice in this country, that labor, when they wait and feel undermined, they will resort to strike action. You may make an argument that the essential health workers, but the same Act 625, that's Section 10, that says that they are essential workers, and for that matter, if they want to resort to strike, they would have to write to the Fair Wages Commission. They notified the Labor Commission and the Fair Wages. They did so, Labor Commission. They gave them a letter, and then in the same act, they're supposed to respond within 48 to 72 hours. You did not respond to it. Bad faith from government. Extremely bad faith from government. And then now you, the same Labor Commission, then take them to court, referring to the same act that says that essential workers do not go to strike, do not strike. Again, another bad faith. So you are using your powers to checkmate them, while the same act gave you the mandate to have resolved their issue within 72 hours. You did not. We in minority don't believe that the nurses are at any fault. It is their right. They are seeking their right. I would want to know any of you who think this just is not justified in Appendix A of their CBA. Which of them? Is it a 30-month allowance? which has been agreed that is being paid under the previous government? Is it the issue of rural incentive allowance that was agreed that is meant for nurses and midwives in the rural areas so that we can have nurses and midwives in the rural area? Which of them would you say is not legitimate? Is it the issue of fuel allowances, which has been historical since 60s for these people? Is it the issue of uniform allowance, which has been there since the 1960s? It couldn't have been changed in any republic, and it cannot be changed under the previous government. It cannot be changed now. So you see that all the expectations in the CBA called for in Appendix B is justified and not far-fetched. But government has not seen the need to have engaged them since January. They feel undermined as far as their rights are concerned. And that is why they advise government that, okay, we're going to wear red bands for the first stage. The next stage, we're going to do OPD. And the next stage, IPD, inpatient. And now, total strike. And nobody was listening to them to have taken them to court. Even taking them to court is an extreme act of bad faith. You don't. Everybody is being assertive. They have their rights within the law. You cannot use the law to checkmate them. That's not right. So we are here to state clearly that the posturing of government must change. It must change. Respect them. Sit with them. Let them know what you can do and what you cannot do. Luckily, we are going to listen to the Minister of Finance soon on the media budget review. So this is the time that you have to include their concerns as far as the media budget review is concerned. It's not as if we are in August, then you tell them, hold on for the next budget cycle. You are now going to read the media budget review, and this is the right time to include their concerns, or this is the right time you listen to them. My understanding was that since January, they were told that the Ministry of Finance will meet them in June. And then the date was June 18th. How would you feel when you want something and somebody is telling you that, hold on, 6 months' time? How would you feel? We are not here to justify the strike for them. We are here to plead with the nurses to understand that even if governments see the need to engage them, they should go with their good faith with Ghanaians at heart. Because getting all the money without the lives that we have lost brings no joy to anyone. So as minority, we are mindful of the fact that we are not stoking it up and asking them to prolong the strike. We are only asking them to be merciful as far as the tables are concerned, that when they go to sit, they must be merciful to see the need to be reasonable. Reasonability means you appeal to their conscience and say, if you are asking for 8 things, we cannot. You know what? In the budget, we'll do 3. Maybe the next budget, we'll do 2. Let government change their posturing towards these people and let them not use the law and let them not frighten them. You hear they say that the president is married to an MPP person. You are just making this one so below the belt. The same president was the one who caught the nurses' strike in 2020 for 3 weeks. Wasn't he married to an MPP person? Why do you politicize this? He is the president, for crying out loud, and has a right to make sure the welfare of his people or her people are held up high. Would you want to politicize everything to the point that people are losing their lives? The next life that will be lost is my relative or your relative. And we are not here in minority to do a business of politics on health here. We are not ready. We want to call a spade and just ask government to change their posturing. Show some respect to the nurses and midwives of this country. And then tell them something better, so we can also urge the nurses to be more merciful to Ghanaians as their rights have been respected.